Hey guys, Shadow Reviewer here. Today for Halloween this week, I'm looking at the top 10 best performances in horror films, regardless if the actor or actress is playing the hero or the villain, or in some cases, both. Without any further ado, let's get to it. The top 10 best performances in horror films. And starting off at number 10 is Sissy Spacek as Carrie White from Carrie. I mean, there is only one Carrie White. And, well, Angela Bassett from the 2002 version, Chloe Grace Moretz from the 2013 version, somewhat different. Sissy Spacek is the one that pretty much makes the character from the original book fantastic. Makes us sympathize with her, makes her very likable, and even when she goes on a killing spree, you still feel bad because the people that did it to her pretty much kind of coming. And she does an excellent job, pretty much, making you sympathize with her. She's bullied in school and by her crazy not religious mother. But when telekinesis comes into the picture, oh boy. And fun fact, when Sissy Spacek got this role, she had messy hair, no makeup, and wore a crappy dress to the audition. And Brian De Palma loved it so much, he gave her the role, and thus iconicness was born. I mean, the iconic prom scene is where not Sissy Spacek just acts; she acts with her body too. Those shifty as eyes and her facial expression as she goes nuts is perfect. I mean, it makes her unjustly creepy, particularly that shot where she walks down from the stage with fire in the background as she looks around without saying a word. Freaky as. Oh, and those close-ups when the music indicates the telekinesis about the actor is creepy as. So yeah, Sissy Spacek does an excellent job as Carrie White, and she is the one and only Carrie White. The other two tried, but there is only one Carrie White, and that is from the 1976 version. Number 9. Felissa Rose as Angela Baker from Sleepaway Camp. And honestly, there is no one else that could do that role justice but her. I mean, given that she was only 12 years old when they filmed, but 13 when it came out, just solidifies how much Felissa Rose portrays a teenager, because, well, she was a teenager. I mean, she's gone through a tragic event where she lost both her father and her brother in a boating accident, and she's taken in by her crazy-ass aunt and her overprotective cousin. So, given what happened later on in the film, I don't blame her for going on a killing spree. Sorry, spoiler, she's the killer, and she's not actually a girl. Bizarre as. But way Felissa Rose portrays a sympathetic character that's pretty much bullied by everybody, that includes classmates and even the teachers, well, one of the teachers, one of the counselors solidifies that, yeah, the only two people that care about Angela is the guy she likes and her own cousin. And when Felissa Rose does those manic facial expressions, particularly when she's looking at the bully that's mocking her, in different ways, it shows you don't even know what she's doing half the time. So, very creepy. Oh yeah, and that iconic final shot. Unfortunately, that was not Felissa Rose. That was her stunt double. Poor guy. But she made the role iconic. And while she did reprise the role in Return to Sleepaway Camp, that was only in for, the final act, and that was a real bummer. But for the rest of the movie, Angela is a very sympathetic character. And Felissa Rose does exactly that. Perfect. Perfect to perfection. So, top notch. Man, that face is creepy at the end. Excuse me about that. Number 8. Terry O'Quinn as Jerry Blake from The Stepfather. Yes, I've talked about this character in a previous Halloween video, but I have to say it again. Terry O'Quinn is that good. I mean, he was in the show Lost, for God's sake. What makes Jerry Blake a very intimidating villain is his facial expressions. You don't know when he's going to strike, and his motivation for killing families, he just wants to find the perfect one, and that's kind of sick, actually. Very sick. And while Terry O'Quinn did reprise the role in the second movie, a bit too over the top in my opinion, but for the first one, subtlety is his bread and butter, and Jerry Blake is unnervingly creepy. I mean, once again, you don't know when he's gonna strike, but when he does, you don't know how to feel but unnervedness. That's it. I mean, and while the third film I've never seen the third movie, by the way, but the remake, oh boy. But the original has it down when it comes to creepy human antagonists. And Terry O'Quinn as Jerry Blake pretty much signifies why the original is so underrated. So, top-notch movie from a top-notch actor playing a very creepy character. Number 7, Ralph Fiennes as Francis Dolarhyde from Red Dragon. And yeah, pretty. I mean, you don't even need to look at this guy knowing he's played some iconic villains over the years. Most notably, the chef in The Menu, and of course the most iconic Voldemort in Harry Potter. But my favorite role of Ralph Fiennes' filmography is Francis Dolarhyde, aka the Truth Fairy. And while Tom Noonan from Manhunter made the character very creepy, in fact his introduction is probably the only cool bit I liked, Red Dragon's pretty much focused on Francis Dolarhyde, but in a way that makes us sympathize. I mean, he was abused by his grandmother and pretty much made him go insane as he kills other families in order to fill the void in here. And honestly, the two most iconic moments that made Francis Dolarhyde not just sympathetic but ungodly creepy, the first one is when he kidnapped the reporter and pretty much shows off his back tattoos. I mean, Ralph Fiennes, my god, is that face ungodly unnerving. And the other one is the finale where he takes Will Graham's son hostage as your son's about to change. You can watch. It's very creepy. But when Graham gets under his skin, oh boy, he just goes nuts. But what really interests me is the chemistry he has with Emma Watson's character, who Dolarhyde's girlfriend, who happens to be blind. They have great chemistry, Ralph Fiennes and Emily Watson, but it's unnervingness to does what he does. Especially there's another scene where he just enters this room and just eats some paper. I mean, WTF, man. So yeah, I absolutely love Ralph Fiennes' performance in the film, and Francis Dolarhyde is no exception. Again, Tom Noonan does great, but Ralph Fiennes is Francis Dolarhyde. And that's enough for me. Number 6. Christian Bale as Patrick Bateman from American Psycho. And yeah, I absolutely love this performance. This movie just was one of my favorite movies for the past couple of years, and Patrick Bateman is about as iconic as you can get for a movie that's only 25 years old. Not kidding. And apart from The Dark Knight and his first film, Empire of the Sun, this has to be Christian Bale's most iconic performance. I mean, the way he portrays a sick, sadistic psychopath as he takes pleasure in hurting women, killing them, and just does sick stuff, it just makes him ungodly unnerving. Only my two favorite moments is where one, he chases one of the escaped girls in nothing but shoes and carrying a chainsaw, and another one where he kills Paul Allen with an axe while wearing that famous suit and poncho. It is so freaking funny, and what makes it kind of sick is his taste in music. Hip to be square and walking on sunshine. My God, who listens to upbeat songs like that? A sick one, that's what. And Patrick Bateman is just so memorizing, as you know he's bad, but you don't know if you should follow him. Kind of creepy, eh? And it's just absolutely perfect for Christian Bale, because originally he wasn't supposed to play the character. Leonardo DiCaprio was, but thankfully the director put her foot down and said, either Christian Bale or I'm shutting down production. And Christian Bale made this character iconic. And no, I'm not including the sequel. That movie is not canon, and we all know it. So yeah, love Patrick Bateman, and Christian Bale is awesome. No exceptions to that. Number 5. Jeffrey Combs is Dr. Herbert West from the Reanimator trilogy. Probably the only character to appear in the entire trilogy. And while Jeffrey Combs has pretty much a filmography of sci-fi and horror films, the two that come close is his performance in The Frighteners and the Reanimator trilogy. But Jeffrey Combs is so ungodly perfect, I had to put his performance as Dr. Herbert West from Reanimator on this list. I mean, the guy will do anything to perfect his science of bringing people back to life. No ands, ifs, or buts. If they have to die to make it work, then they have to. But Jeffrey Combs portrays him in a way that he's not fully evil, but more of an anti-hero. That he tries to swim and squirm his way out of situations that he may or may not have caused. And honestly, the way he just shows it off, particularly in his very first scene in the first film, just pretty much steps as his character from there on. Someone who does not care for anybody but himself, and is willing to trick people like Dan and Howard to help him with his experiments. I mean, the first one, he's damn hilarious. In the second one, all he cares about is making a Franken woman out of body parts. And in the third one, he's willing to steal a doctor's credentials just to escape from prison. That's the level of sadism, but creativity that I can appreciate. And while I can't go into the graphic details of these films, let's just say watching the movies alone is enough to make me love this character. He is an anti-hero that is willing to do anything to perfect his human experiments. And Jeffrey Combs as Dr. Herbert West is perfect. I mean, absolutely perfect. No exceptions to that. Number 4. Demi Moore as Elizabeth Sparkle from The Substance. I had to put a recent one on this list because this movie just made me fall in love with this character. Pretty much, she's doing whatever it takes to keep her career as an actor. Even if that means taking a drug called The Substance and making herself physically young. And while I'll give Margaret Qualley a suit as an honorable mention, what really sticks the landing in this movie is Demi Moore as Elizabeth. I mean, you feel bad for her as she's reaching the age where she's not physically desirable. And Demi Moore acts the hell out of it as she realizes her acting career is coming slowly to a close. But as the movie progresses, she realizes that her own vanity is her own downfall, as she's doing whatever it takes to become desirable. And while Sue doesn't exactly follow her mantra, Elizabeth, especially during the final act, as she physically physically starts to age is unnervingly sad. I mean, talk about vanity. Talk about your own vanity. And for what I've seen, Demi Moore hasn't done that much acting until this movie. And this is honestly a perfect comeback performance as Demi Moore deserves. I mean, looking at her, she doesn't look in her 60s, does she? Yeah, that's pretty much this movie, basically. And Demi Moore just does a fantastic job as she pretty much loses herself and tries to fight with her younger self for the body. And what's nothing more than this kick-ass actress. So Demi Moore, you've picked nothing but a perfect film to star in. So hopefully you get more movie roles, because you can thank The Substance for your comeback. The Substance is an awesome movie, and Demi Moore as Elizabeth is no exception. Honorable mention to Margaret Qualley as Sue, by the way. Number 3. Bruce Campbell as Ash Williams from the Evil Dead trilogy. Honorable mentions goes to the show, by the way. You want corniness and fun? Well, Bruce Campbell will bring that up to a T. And honestly, this is about as fun and corny as you can get. A low-budget movie with Bruce Campbell as Ash. And while the first movie, he only shows to be the surprise survivor, it's the sequels that make Ash Williams iconic. As he tries to fight off literal evil deadites as he goes through hell, both in the past and in the present. And Bruce Campbell just makes it so iconic. I mean, he has a buttload of movies under his belt there where he's fun. His cameos in the Spider-Man trilogy, down to the mayor in Clyde with a Chance of Meatballs, or even his own movie, My Name is Bruce. Bruce Campbell that's so damn likable. And Ash Williams being his most iconic role, I can see why. Ash Williams is a kick-ass fighter who was willing to do anything to survive. Even if that means cutting off his own hand as it's possessed, attaching a chainsaw to it, and killing them. What can you say but groovy? So yeah, you want fun Evil Dead movies, plus TV show? Bruce Campbell as Ash is no exception. Let's just say, hail to the king, baby. Hail to the king. Number 2. Elizabeth Moss as Cecilia Cass in The Invisible Man. Talk about making your protagonist so goddamn likable in the first few minutes. And while Elizabeth Moss is more known for The Handmaid's Tale, The Invisible Man is pretty much where her filmography kicks ass. I can't believe it's been 5 years since I last saw the film in theaters, but man, Elizabeth Moss is amazing in this film, as she pretty much escapes an abusive relationship only for her boyfriend to come back invisible and tormenting her both mentally, physically, and psychologically, framing her for the death of her sister and sending her to the psych ward. Oh, and wanting her and her baby. By the way, she's pregnant. And she not stopping it until she gets the upper hand just makes her so damn likable. She pretty much goes through hell. And honestly, her two best moments is where she escapes the mental asylum and the other one outsmarting her boyfriend by putting on the invisible suit and killing him. And let's just say it's a surprise. So yeah, Elizabeth Moss is amazing in this flick. Going through determination to scared to devastated to kick-ass just solidifies why this movie is pretty much a classic. So yeah, go watch this movie. Elizabeth Moss as Cecilia is an amazing performance. No exception to that. But there's one other performance that I consider honestly, my favorite performance in pretty much ever. So, without any further ado, let's find out what's at number 1. And the number 1 best horror performance, in my opinion, is Ryan Reynolds as Jerry Heckfane from The Voices. Not a lot of people know about this movie, but they should, because this movie is an absolute fever dream of WTF moments, but with an amazing performance from Ryan Reynolds. While I love the actor's career, superhero movies, romance, comedy, action movies, and a bit of horror, this one is honestly one of my favorite performances from his career, but my favorite horror performance. Ryan Reynolds plays a schizophrenic man who lives by himself with his cat, who he believes is talking to him, all voiced by Ryan Reynolds, by the way, in pretty funny accents. Seriously, Ryan Reynolds, you do a great Scottish accent. You crack me up, man. As he just wants to get his crush to notice him, but when he accidentally kills her, he pretty much goes spiraling out of control, as he is unsure whether or not to turn himself into the police or keep going with his murder spree. Ryan Reynolds' range of emotions, as you feel sorry for this poor man who just wants to live his life after he accidentally killed his mother as a child, is just all forms of just ungodly unnervedness, and it's just a ton of fun to watch. But also you feel really sad for the guy, as the jig is eventually up and he decides to go out on his own terms. And while there is a bit of weirdness in the film, Jerry just is so a compelling character, even if he is pretty much an anti-hero, killing people accidentally, but in ways you feel bad for him. So yeah, Ryan Reynolds as Jerry Heckfane from The Voices is my number 1 favorite performance in a horror film. And that is more than enough for me. So I hope he gets more roles like this, because Ryan Reynolds can freaking act. Even if he is more notably known to make us laugh. But this movie, you make us feel bad. And that's the end of the video, folks. I hope you like it. Give me a thumbs up, like and comment and subscribe, and I hope to get more videos out like this. I've got another Halloween video next Friday, but on Wednesday, I'll be ranking Pokemon Season 3 episodes from worst to best. Keep an eye out for that video. I can't wait to do it. Until then, I'm the Shadow Reviewer. Happy Halloween!